Welcome back, Wavesa, and today I figured that we would take a look at the new Kroot model that was just revealed. We'd all been wondering what exactly it was, what we were going to get, and now it's here, the Kroot Longspears. And as near as I can tell, the Longspears ride strange, chameleonic creatures, called something I can't pronounce, whose ability to alter their skin color and move through tough terrain unhindered makes them the perfect mount for experienced hunters. Their speed and strength let them keep up with packs of Kroot hounds, guiding them to fight more effectively and capture far-flung objectives. They wield explosive-tipped javelins, whose charges can burst apart armored troops. They're a convenient weapon to hurl while riding at speed, and a lucky hit on a tank can do significant damage. So I'm willing to bet they're mostly going to be like anti-marine level stuff, because the Kroot really don't have anything that's terribly anti-marine. But, like I said, a lucky hit, you might actually, I don't know, land a Melta-Spear or something into a tank and do a heavy amount of damage. They got the cool thing going on where you have I don't know if any of you guys are too privy with like medieval like spear throwing, like where they put another piece of wood behind the spear so that when they throw it, it would give it like an extra length to their arm, so it would throw even farther. And that's the thing that they got going on there. And they even got a little bit of a war club going on for him. And the model is absolutely beautiful. It's very impressive. I did not expect this to be the case. It's less reptilian than I anticipated, but it makes perfect sense as far as the lore behind these guys being a bit more lone and out there. And sure, Kroot have a lot of adaptability, but this guy seems to give them the extra camouflage and stealth that they would need, which leads me to wonder, what exactly is this guy going to be? Like, it said that he's going to hang out with hounds. Now the question is he going to be a lone op, or is he going to be able to attach to the hounds and lead them? So I held a poll the other day to see what people thought, and a significant number of people were like, he's a lone op 100%, and a little quarter of people thought that no, he'll lead the hounds. And someone who was very wise in the comment section was like, both. And I'm like, aha, good sir, you know. Because I'm thinking they'll have lone operative, but if you attach them to a unit of hounds, then they'll lose lone operative. So, it's really like, what exactly are you looking for? Anyways, as we continue, they've got the Kroot long gun, which is very impressive. It's one attack. It hits on a 3+, which is nice. Having any of our guys hit on 3+ is really good. Makes sense because he's a character. Strength 6, so this will be good into most all characters. And especially why it's good into most all characters is because it's precision, which means this guy is totally going to be able to snipe out enemy characters if you don't want to give him the anti-armor spears. And it's AP -2, 3 damage. AP -2 will knock every single Space Marine up to their 4th invuln, and otherwise it will make every single guard tier character up to their invuln, or they won't get a save whatsoever, or it's going to be a really bad save. And 3 damage will heavily wound anybody. You'll leave guys on 1 or 2 wounds depending on the character. But I digress. Or in some instances, I don't know if there's that many 3-wound characters, but you'll just kill them straight out, outright. Would be great. But I digress. So he's going to be quite the asset to have. But the real thing that you're going to be wanting to bring this guy for, other than just the pure character sniping ability, is that he has this thing called Advanced Scouting, which is each time this model makes a ranged attack that hits an enemy unit, until the end of the turn, each time another Kroot model from your army makes an attack that targets that enemy unit, you can reroll the hit roll, which is just insane. You know how the Space Marines get Oath of Moment on 1 unit a turn? We can do that 3 times if we bring three of these guys. And I know every single Kroot thing that's come out, I'm like, oh wow, these are awesome. Why don't, these characters are great with great abilities. We have to bring 3 of them. In my humble opinion, if they're good enough to bring 1 and you're not just squeezing it in at the very end of your list, if they're that amazing, you do the 3 test. Is it worth having 3 of them in your army? And this guy seems very much so to be worth having 3 of in the army. Like, you have got a guy that completely change where you set up, change the flanks completely, where you're going to go, what your opponent thinks you're going to do. And then you have a guy you have 3 guys where at least 3 of the units in your opponent's army you're rerolling all hits. And that will greatly increase your damage capacity. But I digress. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think I'm overhyping this guy? Do you think he's not as good as I'm making him out to be? Do you think it's only going to be for a little bit of time to hype him up so everyone buys him and then they'll nerf him to oblivion after the codex comes out? Do you really like the sculpt? Do you think the model's really cool? Are you going to be taking the Melta-Spears? Are you going to be taking the sniper rifle? Either way, you get the rerolls no matter what, whether he hits a unit or not. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I hope your day goes for the greater good.